go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound.
Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone.
Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Good afternoon. I'm pissed the fuck off now, right now.
That's okay. You know what? Hopefully the Browns will get off to a quicker start than the Locked On Sports 216 Playoff Browns edition, Keith. Don't worry about what just happened. The Browns are in the playoffs against the Houston Texans, first time in 3 years. Let's focus on that because technical difficulties will happen, but it all depends on how you get the job done, and we're going to get the job done just like we think the Browns are.
Me and Restream going to have a talk. For real. I could take this shit to StreamYard. For real. Because I'm pissed the fuck off. Because I expect perfection. And I've worked too damn hard for shit to go off when I need it. Right now, I'm just, excuse my French, I'm just, anyway, yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. You are definitely right. The Browns play today. They take on the Houston Texans for the second time in about little as 3 weeks. The Browns with a regular season record of 11-5 take on the Texans, who had a regular season record of 10-7. The Browns won the last meeting 36-22. And the Texans are looking for revenge. Yeah, definitely looking for revenge. Anyway, I'm up here doing some things. I'm just doing multitasking and got to bring the screen up and everything. I ain't even got the board orange today.
Oh, uh-oh. Well, it's playoff
but
board.
I know the points. I know the points that I wanted to make. I was in the process of making them. I looked at the time and I said, "Oh shoot!" Looked at the time and I was like, "Damn, it's that time." Get myself together. Okay. Far as the key points, first off, let me tell y'all. First off, I'm kind of off my game. The chat lines are open. Feel free to chat with us, holler at us. We're going to be on for a little bit before the game. Also, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Also, we will be on live tonight after the game. I say, instead of 30 minutes, about 10 minutes after the game.
Fair enough.
10 minutes after the game.
Quick reaction. We want real time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5 to 10 minutes after the game. 5 to 10 minutes after the game. Now let's see if everything is up and like it's supposed to be. Here we go. Yep, the Browns take on the Houston Texans today in the playoff wild card round. Wait a minute, there's something I got to get off here. It's in the way. I did a little bit of adding and everything. Let's see. There we go. Got the day and the time. AFC Wildcard round today at 4:30 p.m. The Texans are seeking to avenge their last defeat, 36-22 against the Browns. This time there'll be a few differences in this game. There will be a C.J. Stroud sighting this week.
Oh, Keith, you had to mention that. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference between what we saw a couple of weeks ago and today. But I don't think that difference is going to have effect on who wins the game, nor do I think it might have an effect on the score margin, and we'll get into that later. I think what CJ Stroud's going to provide for them today is more of a plateau, but it's nothing I think that should harm the Browns because of their pressure, I think, on CJ Stroud. And but I do think it will make the game more competitive throughout instead of the blowout and then get the scrubs in there and they almost blow it and they got to put the starters back in. We're not going to have that today. We're not going to have that.
No, they're not going to have that and everything. They're going to have it, which leads me to my key points of the game today, because I do got the keys to the Browns advancing, because I was working on it. Then, like I said, I got lost for time. One of the key things I had is, number one, seize the moment and run with it. You're the only show in town. The only show everybody going to be watching. On Channel 3, I know up here, a lot of people got the problem here with the DirecTV. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, DirecTV should lose all their customers. Because how the fuck you cannot settle with a local station?
But if you want to advertise DirecTV, give us a call on the chat lines. Give us a call.
I mean, for real. How do you have a beef with a local TV station?
Well, I know down in Columbus, DirecTV, their beef was with Channel 10, which is WBNS, 10 TV, which is our CBS affiliate. So it seems like in every market, they probably have beef with at least one local market, and that's because they just want to probably lowball them, just like the other two that they have on there. So yeah, I mean, and especially if one has, and I'll give them, now that the major networks have football. When NBC didn't have football, they wouldn't have had the leverage that they have. But because they got football back and you got the Browns, you're going to use that as leverage, probably with some other things and other beefs and other commissions that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's always that game. But when you're the network with NFL, which runs America and runs the world, you're definitely at a different spot in the bargaining chip there. So
yes, definitely. But like I said, point number one, the Browns have to seize the moment at hand and run with it. What I mean by that, the running game is going to be huge today. I think, truthfully, who runs for the most yards today wins today.
You know what? I think you're right. And I think Houston's going to have to run the ball because I think we're going to put the pressure on CJ Stroud. So running the ball for us, stopping their run is beneficial in twofolds, because obviously you stop their run, which is a good thing, but also they can't pass it without running it. I think if they line up to just try to throw it on us, I think that's a recipe for disaster. So they're going to have to try to run the ball. CJ Stroud's going to probably have a big game when it's all said and done, numbers wise, probably. Yeah. But I don't know if it might be junk yardage. It might be this. So I think running the ball for them will dictate if those yards matter.
Correct. Definitely. You're definitely correct on that. Like I said, the Browns got to run the ball. I ain't saying you got to run for 150 yards, but at least get it to where that you can sustain drives and that you don't always have to rely upon passing. Point number 2, establish both lines of scrimmage on offense and defense. Give the Texans a physical pounding. What you think on that, Ed?
Well, I think it all goes back to, if you give them a physical pounding, let's see, they're probably not going to be able to pass the ball and or run the ball, because I think that's how you stop the Texans. I don't think there's anything that Jim Schwartz defense hasn't seen. I think, the one thing with this wide 9 and, we have the dogs on defense to execute that, scheme, just like the Eagles had in 2018 or whatever, or 2017, whatever, when they won the Super Bowl. So I think at Jim Schwartz defense, I think people think he's such a genius. I don't know about that. I don't think anybody goes around the league, and no offense to Jim Schwartz, but in copycats his defense. I you know what I'm saying? Because I think that it's one of those schemes where if you have all the pieces, it works. And no team really does have that. So I think that's why it really works beautifully. And I'm saying, especially for this year and Jim Schwartz, I hope you don't get a head coaching job somewhere else. I would hate to lose you. So yeah, remember, guys out there, if you're hiring Jim Schwartz, remember that time in Detroit. Yeah, remember that when you're hiring. Yeah. I don't want to sabotage you guys. You know what? I want to keep you one more year. Give me at least one more year next year with you, Jim.
Oh man. that leads me to point number 3 that got a lot to do with Jim Shorts. The defensive line, linebackers, make CJ Stroud feel y'all. Put a physical pound and bring the pain to him. Make him want to think twice before waiting on Nico Collins to break open. Bring the pain to CJ Stroud.
You know what? Obviously, I'm a big fan of that strategy. But what I want to see the Browns do, because there's a lot of times where, the Browns have faced a quality passer in NFL playing games, whether it be Warren Moon back in the day, John Elway back in the day. And here's the thing. I always felt that the Browns always played physical. You look at the drive in that game. I mean, we beat the crap out of Elway. But the problem was there were times on 3rd and 18 and times of big plays where we didn't get in there. It wasn't about, hurting, Elway or the quarterback. It was about, tipping the pass or making him throw sooner than he has to, or this or that, where I think that this Browns defense, yes, they're going to bring the physical pain. And yes, it hits CJ Stroud if you can legally after he throws the ball. I get that. But what I want to see this Browns defense do is not get into a situation where we're relying on a physicality. I want us to be a defense that is opportunistic by getting there quicker, making CJ Stroud, he's a rookie still, making him throw the ball a half a second quicker because he's afraid of getting those hits. That's where you hit him to let him know that, hey, you don't want to feel this again. And then hopefully CJ Stroud's brain will speed up and then he throws, that could lead to interceptions and things like that. But I just don't want the Browns to think, oh, just be physical, but be smart and physical about that. And that's I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yes. And in that case, and I'm going to say this as far as the defense, and you said something like the 3rd and 18 and stuff like that. No matter the situation in the game, point 3 or point 4, don't let up.
Right.
Keep the gas going no matter what until the final 3-0 sound at the end of the 4th quarter. Don't let up. If it's 60 minutes of hell, you give it to the Texans, get them 60 minutes of hell. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Give them no hope.
Yeah, we don't, winning by 1 or winning by, 20, it's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, like, you don't want to be where, like, you win by 1 point or something, but you should have won by 10 because then it becomes a habit of letting teams stick around and hang around with you. This Browns team needs to go on a dominant run. I mean, yes, I want to win 4 games and win the Super Bowl. I get that. But it also, this is a team in a spot in a week where, we're still building momentum as a team. Like, we're starting to become the Cleveland Browns. We're going to kick your butt. And even the fans are starting to get aboard with it. Well, a lot of people, if you'd ask them, if you poll a lot of people, more people think the Browns are going to win this game today because we've developed something the last, this whole year, and especially the last couple of weeks where, we will not only be physical, but, Joe Flacco will just, fuck you up with his arm. Like, I'm saying?
True.
We had, like, people talk about CJ Stroud, like, oh, that's the difference. And yeah, CJ Stroud's had a great year. And I am afraid. I think he's the next Warren Moon. I think he's a pure passer. But at the same time, for once, the Cleveland Browns, we have that. Like, Joe Flacco ain't nothing to mess around with. This guy is a surgeon. We saw what he did against Houston the first time with Amari Cooper, 265 yards, the Browns record receiving on the day. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we can't go in there and, hey, I know we're a lot of Browns fans when they got the matchup between Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee, or who was it? Tennessee? No, they were done. Indianapolis. It was Indianapolis.
Yes.
Jacksonville. Out of the 3, we were just like, oh, CJ Stroud, he scares us because, I'm saying, and that's right. But we got a guy that can do the same damn thing, and I think that's what's going to be key today. If it's going to be a gunslinger kind of war, well, you know what? I think the Browns can win that game too.
Yes. Shout out, what's up, Teresa Mays? Teresa says, "Go Browns." I don't know why my comments ain't coming up. The fuck is going on with this damn restream shit? What's the use of paying for these goddamn plans if the shit don't work?
StreamYard, we're coming.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah. Well, I mean, what is the fucking use? Yeah, which brings me to point 5. Point 5 far as the offense. Main thing with the offense is limit the mistakes and turnovers.
Translation.
No,
Translation. No damn turnovers.
you know what happens every time we say this shit, right?
They tend to turn it over.
Right.
They don't
Every
listen,
time,
Keith. They don't listen to us.
every time we say this shit, no damn turnovers. They turn the goddamn ball over. And but tonight, I don't. I want them to play as clean as a game possible.
Yeah.
And keep that as a practice if they win today to go on to the further rounds, because less mistakes you have, less room for error.
And I'm going to be real with you, Keith. I think a lot of Browns fans, and the story would go, we go to Baltimore next weekend, and Flacco versus Lamar, and Flacco. Here's the thing, though. Okay, what Browns fans don't understand about this whole turnover thing, and I like Joe Flacco. I think he's done a wonderful job. But the Browns in general, you're right, need to play mistake-free football, because here's why. They may be able to escape today, but they go to Baltimore. And we can hate a lot of people can hate on Deshaun, but Deshaun went 14 of 14 and won it in the second half after we had turned the ball over a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna happen in a divisional round play. We turned the ball over 3 times in Baltimore. We ain't winning under any circumstances. Okay, so that shit, that's a pipe. So keep playing the way that you're playing. I love it that they're free, they're loose, they're scoring points, and that's great. Great, no. But they really have to start limiting the turnovers, because it will kill you as you, like you said, advance in the further rounds in the playoffs. Especially, let's be real, they go to Baltimore next weekend. I know, like I said, a lot of Browns fans, and it's a great feel good story, but Baltimore is a really good football team. I saw them murder some mammal fish, and I know Miami doesn't beat anybody good. I get that whole narrative, but at the same time, I still think they're a quality team. And I seen them they went out to San Francisco and basically destroyed the 49ers. I mean, let's be real. I mean, they and so I see what they can do. And I just feel like mistake-free football, like I said, no matter if we play the Ravens or not next week, you got to start practicing it, because, like I said, it will catch up to you and it will not be good.
Yes, sir. You are definitely right. And I've been saying this for the longest and everything. And people keep saying, oh, well, it's okay to get a turnover to a not and everything like that. No, it's not. Because even tonight, if the Browns turn the ball over 3 times, I guarantee you we going home.
It would be let's just say this. I think because of our offense, I think we could win. But to your point, first off, you're a road team. I mean, I know we had more wins than Houston did, but they're division champions. They're at home. I mean, they got their quarterback back. I mean, they got a solid defense. I don't think they have the stars and the studs that we have, but D'Amico Ryans runs a quality defensive scheme and system. In a couple of years, if they get some more horses, watch out for the Houston Texans defense. So, I mean, they're ahead of schedule here. So let's not accelerate their advancement by letting them steal a playoff game. This is a game the Cleveland Browns should win today. I really believe that. And if they let Houston win, because especially if they turn the ball over 3 times, that would have been a blown chance for them, and that would be very frustrating. And as a Browns fan, like, I know it's the first time we've been in the playoffs in 3 years, and a lot of people forget we were in the playoffs 3 years ago. But and they talk about, since 99. Well, we've made it a couple times, 02 and 20. And, we won in 20, actually. I mean, give Baker some credit. I mean, we went to Kansas City in the divisional game. And I feel like if we don't at least get to the divisional round this year, it would be a little bit of a disappointment. I think this team is better than the team 3 years ago. Wouldn't you agree, Keith? For some reason, their offense is a little bit more. They score more points. And no offense to Baker, it was a Nick Chubb run, and I think our defense is just that much better this year. I think everybody would have to agree to that over 2020. Defense is
10 times better.
Our defense actually kind of sucks. If you look at our numbers, Keith, somebody was pointing this out, and I think they kind of said it, and I kind of forgot because it's been it seems like a while, but our 2020 defense kind of blowed, and it kind of did. Yeah.
Anytime you let the backup quarterback run for 13 yards on a 3rd and 15, your defense blows. Your defense blows.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Anytime.
Yeah, that's not a bad assessment and a statement right there. But today, luckily, we don't have that. We have a dominant defense. What do you see playing out? Like, I know every time we think this, or everybody, we're no different than these prognosticators. Yes, it's like I said, we're all having difficulties here, but they kind of put out a game.
I think it's the Saturday Blues. That's what I think.
You think that's what it is? Okay, fair enough.
I think it's Saturday.
It got both. It's getting both of us. That's fine.
Yeah, it's Saturday, and plus we're a little later than normal too.
Yeah.
And Sunday. I'm glad the game is on Saturday because I got to work tomorrow. But I got to work tomorrow. But also with the turnovers thing, like you said, Ed, it also leads to giving teams a very short field on our defense. And a lot of times your defense can only do so much if you're giving a team a 20-yard field, a 30-yard field, a 25-yard field. Gradually, because the NFL offensive players get paid too, in a lot of cases get paid a lot more than the defensive guys get paid. Gradually, they're going to break through. So,
can I just say one thing? I think the Browns should win, but I think what will make me go crazy, Keith. Some things make you go crazy. You have your little quirks, and some things like the turnovers that it drives you nuts. I know it does.
Yes,
it drives me nuts, and I swear, Kevin, take the points early on. If you have a chance to be up 2 scores, or if it's 10-0 or compared to 14-0, 10-0 is still 2 possessions. Remember this, Kevin. 10 points is still 2 possessions. Take the points over going for it if that's the case. I mean, please.
I was going to get to that also.
It just bothers me. It's been all year.
Yes.
Take the points, Kevin.
Yes, I was going to get to that because also, since there's no Dustin Hopkins today, special teams are going to be key.
Yeah.
And hopefully our kicker is ready to handle his business today.
Now, Riley Patterson, our field goal kicker, I think he made a kick for the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Chargers in the playoffs in their epic comeback win. What was it? last year. So, he has experience. It's in a dome, which is good. So there won't be any wind factors. So that's got to be good. I don't think he has the strongest leg. I don't know, whatever like that. But I think between a 42-yarder, I trust him enough that I feel like he can get it done today. Now, anything 50 plus, I don't know. Let's not get
because see, Dustin Hopkins was money.
He was
50 plus.
And that matters in a playoff game, especially if you can nail a 58-yarder in an opportunity where it's either punt the ball or kick a field goal. Because some of those times, Stefanski, it's either take the 5-yard penalty then just to punt it, but if you can instead of doing that, taking the delay a game to punt it, if you can just rip off a three-pointer right there, that changes the game right there.
Because when you said take the points, that is going to be huge.
Yeah, I think not only when they're driving inside the 5 or inside the 10, whatever like that, or even in the red zone. But you're right. Anytime you're in between that 45-yard to 40-yard, whether you want to punt it or whether you can kick a long field goal, that matters too. That's big right there.
Correct. Definitely huge. So, and then I had right, and I had a 0.6. Our tackles going to have to play huge today. They got to grow up today. Hudson and Christian. If I don't hear your name, I know y'all was on your job.
I don't hear them.
If I don't hear your name, if I don't hear Holding, number 64, if I don't hear your number or your name, I know you're handling your business. Because, see, the 3 inside, Posick, Teller,
pretty solid.
And Betonio,
pretty solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
Now the outside, but I got faith in them today that they're going to handle their business.
Well, I mean, it's time. I mean, they've had a couple weeks now. I mean, I think I don't. Last week maybe not account, but they actually played some of their offensive line in Cincinnati. They kind of had to. So yeah. Last week. I ain't even really watched the game, to be honest. Last week, I watched like 5 minutes. That's me too. I saw.
I seen the 2 touchdown passes to David Bell. That's what I seen.
Do you think Driscoll earned the backup job by those 2 throws alone because everything else was pretty much garbage?
Well, who else they gonna put back there?
Yeah, I mean, question then, because you are not the biggest PJ Walker fan, even though he did get us a win over the 49ers. But to your point. Driscoll or PJ Walker, who would you rather have?
Oh, you was going to ask me that Tuesday. Ugh.
Well, now that we've had, now that we're in game, because Driscoll's won according to Stefanski, he's the backup. So obviously he did something. So, I mean, now the question's even better because it doesn't really matter. So
I would have to say Driscoll because I think Driscoll can make the throws. He's more accurate than PJ Walker.
Okay.
Now, PJ Walker might give you things in other dimensions as far as running and RPOs, but right now I ain't got time to play around with RPOs and stuff with PJ Walker. I need somebody in case of the worst thing that could happen, which I'm not even going to say, that can at least carry the offense. Please run the offense.
I think that's fair. I mean, I guess my thing was this. The limited amount of Browns-Bengals coverage that you watched last week, including myself, do you feel better or worse about Driscoll now that you've actually seen him play? I kind of feel worse. I kind of feel like, I'll say this. This is how I felt when the Browns had traded Josh Dobbs, and I knew DTR was the next guy. And me and my partner G-Host both said, if something happened to Deshaun, we're fucked. And little did we know we had to live that nightmare, which the nightmare wasn't terrible. It wasn't. It
wasn't terrible. But I wouldn't want to have that nightmare again. And and relating it to now, offensive line, keep my quarterback upright. Keep Mr. Flacco upright. You protect Flacco like you're protecting the president of the United States. That's because honestly, with Walker or Driscoll, I don't feel good about neither one of them, to be honest. For real.
Well, I think it's with Houston. Same with Houston. I mean,
and truthfully, I could see where they could suit up PJ Walker anyway. For real.
I like our backups better than Houston's. I mean, CJ Stroud goes down. We saw what Miles, did, and the
Case Keenum,
and Davis Miles or whatever his name is, like the long neck giraffe guy.
Davis Mills had it easy. He was going against the third and fourth teamers.
Yep. I agree. He was doing the same slant. It was the same slant pattern. Even the announcers, they just ran the same play 3 times in a row.
Going up against the third and fourth teamers. Now, third and fourth teamers and special teams dudes that normally don't even be out on the field. Now, Case Keenum, I kind of felt sorry for him because he
got murdered.
Murdered? What the word? He was getting annihilated. I was like, ugh. Somebody protect that man. But far as with Keenum, he went against the first teamers. What's the name? He did his thing, but look, he went against guys that ain't gonna see the light of day today.
So true. Like I said, I mean, I think that the Browns, like I said, they've been in that building. They've beaten that team. I know the circumstances are different, but I think that helps. And people are like, oh, it's hard to beat a team twice. And I think advantage Browns because, they're not in your division. They're not a division rival. Rarely will you play a team like this twice in a year unless you do meet them in the playoffs, obviously. So I think advantage Browns today when it comes to just the familiarity with this team and with the setting and going into this game with positive vibes last time.
Yes. And I think advantage Browns as well. I think it's the Browns' game to lose. If they limit the mistakes, play a clean game, no crazy penalties or whatnot, Browns got a good shot.
I agree.
They got a good shot. Could the Browns 2.5-point favorites?
Yeah, I didn't even look. That's funny. That's so funny. It's been so.
It was 2.5 beginning of the week. It was like 2.5.
Like I said, I didn't pay attention to the play. I forgot the whole betting aspect because fantasy's kind of over with, So it's kind of like I just kind of focused on the game, So it's been quite a, I kind of like this week. It's just actually focusing on the game. So I
True. And notice to all people that try to invite me to their fantasy leagues next year, I'm retired. I'm done. I'm done. I had 3, and I quit paying attention after week 12. week 11 or 12, I quit paying attention. I was comatose of it this whole year, for real.
Too
So
many injuries. It was. I mean, especially from the court. I mean, gosh, a lot. I mean, it makes it difficult. And then what I don't like about fantasies a lot of, especially early, was the last week of the Super Bowl or last week is during week 18 when they're all resting their players anyways. And it just becomes, my team actually didn't have as many, sit compared to yours.
right, exactly. So I mean, I remember last year I should have won both leagues, but then I had a league. My quarterback got hurt. Guess who my quarterback was?
Let's see. Last year, can I get one hint? Was he a top 7 quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me guess. And then you just said he got hurt, right? I'm trying to think who got hurt late this year.
Yeah.
Who got hurt this year?
Oh, you got. I mean, not this year. I mean, the last year.
Yeah.
In 2022, going in 2023. Last year.
It wasn't Herbert, was it?
Nah, I had Herbert too, matter of fact, because I had a league where I had 2 quarterbacks. Herbert was one, and if I'd have had this other one, I would have won it going away because I was like 12-2.
Wow. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It wasn't Lamar, but it was.
Yes, it was.
That's Lamar. Okay, I kind of.
Yes,
okay,
it was Lamar.
Okay.
That's why I say in Lamar I trust.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. I should have known. I should have known.
He doesn't fail me.
I think he's somewhat. I know you love the Browns, but I mean, let's be real. I know the truth is. I mean, do you love Lamar just as much as the Browns? Because you are a big Lamar fan.
I'm a big Lamar fan. I'm gonna be honest. I used to root for Lamar when he played at Louisville and everything. And truthfully, some of the best games when he was at Louisville was when him and Deshaun Watson went at it. Good Lord. Scoring everywhere, but Deshaun would always come through. And the only thing I didn't like about Deshaun was that he played for Clemson.
You're not a big Dabo guy, are you?
Hell no. But Dabo can coach his ass off. But Dabo kind of got the Belichick effect now.
Well, I was going to say, because he hasn't won in a while, and I look at Alabama.
He ain't got no quarterback.
Look at Alabama. They didn't have to go. They didn't go after Dabo. I'm surprised Lanning of Oregon didn't get it, but they went with Kalen DeBoer, coach of Washington.
Yeah, I was shocked.
I kind of was shocked about that, but I love the higher 104 wins and only 104 wins. I think only 12 losses at Washington. Took them almost to the national. I mean, winning it all. I mean, they went to the title game, but they beat Oregon twice this year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the up and coming thing, and then maybe Alabama's got a good one in a couple of years, because I think they're still going to be a year away depending on
because this team really shouldn't have got to.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're kind of building up. I think they might might stay where they're at because
they got a lot of dudes transferring.
I know that's what I was. Yeah,
I'll
tell you what. I'm excited about who I think might have a better roster than the Browns when it comes to who they play against. The Ohio State Buckeyes, everybody is coming back. Travion Henderson announced he's coming back yesterday. They got that Quinshon Judkins coming from Ole Miss, the running back. I mean, obviously Harrison Jr. is gone, but I think they got to upgrade with Will Howard at quarterback. Then you look, I mean, so the receivers will still be great. And then you got the best running back backfield in the country, and then the defense. Everybody's coming. Jack Sawyer's coming back. Denzel Burke's coming back. The
defensive end, he's coming back.
I mean, it's just a stud. Basically, and they got that kid coming in 2 years that was at the Army game, the cornerback. Ohio State's looking to come back and become CBU, Cornerback University. They're looking
good.
And Hancock's coming back. I mean, I'm telling you, this Buckeye team, they might start the year number 1. You know what I'm saying? Them in Georgia.
Good. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do some prognostication. I guess I said it.
Better than I said it. I couldn't even get better than I said it.
Prognostication of all the playoff games going on this weekend. All the playoff games. And the very last is our game that we're going to prognosticate. But we're going to be back. This is Locked On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, and my man, Ed in Columbus. We'll be right back.
Style so unique at 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique, where she specializes in custom,
handmade professional t-shirts and hoodies for any occasions, uniforms, puzzles, and towels, and much more. Now don't take my word for it. The work speaks for itself. Let that be the new trendsetter. Customize the way you like it, either for family reunions, gender reveals, graduations, or just a graphic tee at 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique. Go and check her out at 1-937-360-4386 or log on at 24ktchocolates.info.
You want combat? I'm on that real quick. Iron Dragon with my sword. Lord, I'm so slick. Mano y mano, hand-to-hand combat. I suggest you go ahead, read my stats, homie. I'm all that. Mr. Hands of Death, peep my martial skills. I embark my will until it's fulfilled. You like a mannequin on the ground laying still. For real, I go home, meditate, circulate, cheat, practicing, sitting still. I yell out, get out. Today's not the day. I yell out, get out. Today's not the day. Don't let it ring out. Spill out. Better go on your way. Don't let it ring out. Spill out. Better go on your way.
Yo, we're back. Locked on Sports 216, Cleveland Browns pregame, Wildcard round edition. Browns versus the Texans this afternoon in about 50 minutes. It's your man Keith Allen with my man Ed in Columbus. We've been talking about the Browns. Also, be sure to hook up with 24KT Chocolate and get them t-shirts, mugs, everything. This shirt right here with my nephew on it, getting his hoop on and everything. Shout out to 24KT Chocolate's Boutique for making that happen. She sell mugs. I brought my son some Stiller mugs for Christmas. Them things was pristine though. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Also, get them Iron Dragon comic books. Shout out to my boys, Sean and Joe, 6'4", in the building. Get them Iron Dragon comic books. Log on, Cantata Studios. Check them out. But anyway, we're at that time. We're at that time. We got the points of the game. And now it's time for a little prognostication because it's a busy weekend for us to playoffs. So after the Browns game tonight, there's going to be the Ice Bowl 2 in Kansas City, where they only can dream and wish that it would look like this tonight. You got the Miami Dolphins going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Miami Dolphins have been reeling. Lost their last 2 games, end up in the wild card, had the division in their hands. The Kansas City Chiefs haven't been like the Kansas City Chiefs of the past, but they've still gotten the job done. They won the division, and they haven't played nowhere near as well lights out as this team has played in the past years. So, Ed, who do you have winning the Ice Bowl 2 tonight?
I love it that you referenced the Ice Bowl. We all know the Ice Bowl is the iconic game between the Dallas Cowboys at the Green Bay Packers, the one in which Bart Starr goes over the goal line and cinches the deal in the NFL championship for the Green Bay Packers as they go to the Super Bowl. But today we're going to Kansas City and having the Mammal Fish play the Mahomes and Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the Swifties and all that. I wonder if Swifties like that cold weather. We'll find out tonight. We'll find out.
Don't find out tonight.
And we're also going to find out that too. I can't wait to see what the new Peacock subscriptions will be because of the only game that is on the streaming service.
Hold up.
No, didn't like my Peacock talk. I guess.
My fault.
No, fair enough.
My fault. All of a sudden, Reese Stern, we're going to have a talk. Ed, do your thing, buddy.
I thought it was the NBC executives coming at me trying to say why am I bad mouthing them.
It might have been might have been Direct TV infiltrating in because I got the internet, AT&T.
Okay, so far we've upset DirecTV, the Swifties, NBC, Peacock executives. I mean, seriously, Restream. I mean, that's 5 we got right there. I mean, we thought Biggie and Tupac had haters.
When you said the Swifties, they said you done crossed the line. Now,
I'll give them credit. They don't fuck around. They went after us quickly too. They didn't mess around.
Yes. They said, we'll show y'all.
Yeah, they just did. So, no coincidence there. But like I said, I think what's going to happen tonight in a game that should be fun to watch and just seeing those players out there in the cold and suffering. I know they're millionaires, so I think it's fun to watch that. But I think Miami is just struggling so much lately, and there's just something not right with them. And I think it's the timing. I think the Tua to Waddle to the Cheetah. I think that works when it's very nice weather, but you get them in cold, you get them in elements, and the timing's off and things aren't right. You saw them play a Dallas team a couple of weeks ago that's physical, and you kind of, it threw them off a little bit. They weren't exactly quite the same. The Ravens crushed them with a physical defense. I think Kansas City's defense is underrated, actually, because their offense hasn't been quite what it has been, and they're still winning games. So give me the Chiefs 28, Mammal Fish 21.
Okay. Me, myself, it ain't no question today.
Okay.
Miami ain't did shit against no teams that can put that heat to them.
Yeah.
No teams. They're 1-5 against teams over 500 with winning records. So, and you think they're going to fly up in sub-zero temperatures and do something with the Chiefs? Nah. And this is despite Kansas City not really having the best receiving tandem this year. But I think Kansas City is going to do just enough to get by against the Dolphins. I got the Chiefs winning 20-10. And it's probably going to affect Tua's money.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's going to affect his money because they're going to look at him like the Browns looked at Baker Mayfield a couple of years ago.
I can't wait till we get to that game. I got similar thoughts about that when we get to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that one. But I got I got Kansas City winning over the Mammal Fish and sending them back down to South Florida 20-10. I don't even think Tyreek Hill is going to be effective this game.
Yeah.
And one thing about Kansas City, even though their offense has been off kilter this year, which is an outlier considering in the last years that Reed has been the coach, their offense has been a fine machine. Their defense is lights out.
I've been saying I've been saying that for like the last 6 weeks now. Don't sleep on Kansas City's defense.
Their defense is lights out. And it's going to be lights out for Miami tonight. 20-10, Kansas City. Now, let's head into the games that's tomorrow. In Jerry World, the Cowboys go up against a familiar playoff nemesis, the Green Bay Packers. Packers are the 7th seed. I was actually shocked the Packers got in, believe it or not. With first-year starting quarterback Jordan Love, and the Cowboys won the East 12-5, defying all odds this year. And I'm going to tell my dude, Romeo Rodriguez, I told you Dallas was winning the East this year. I told you. But anyway, back to the game at hand. Who you got, Ed?
Well, I look at this game and, it's a classic matchup. And like I said, that's the Ice Bowl right there. Except this game is in Dallas. It won't be an Ice Bowl in Jerry World. It will actually be nice and 70 degrees and perfect weather for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys offense to work and get down the field. And I think score a lot today. I don't think this
tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. How about them Cowboys? Tomorrow.
Let me take this down so we can see the times. Okay.
Yeah, I think Dallas wins 35-20.
35-20 on the Packers. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Dallas tomorrow.
I see you guys. You did the same thing. I did something.
This is actually a game the Dallas Cowboys can't lose because a lot of things are at stake. I don't think Jerry's going to be as patient if Dallas loses to Green Bay this year with a first-year starting quarterback. Because Green Bay has had Dallas's number in the past. And this could affect Dak's money as well.
I have a hot rumor. What if Dallas does not win? Jerry gets sick of this and says, Bill Belichick, you want to come to Dallas?
Interesting. But yeah, that'd be a lot of moving pieces. Because
get rid of Mike McCarthy out. I mean, obviously, I don't think that'll hurt a lot of Dallas fans. I mean, they're not always on his side. I know that.
And you end up probably losing Dan Quinn too.
I'll take Belichick. I think that maybe he gets him that 1x, that edge that they need. I don't know. I'm just saying, if I'm Jerry, who's again, he's only getting older and his face is only getting more Botox. You gotta do something. And if they get an early exit this year,
you better leave Jerry alone. He gonna sick Dolly Parton on you.
See, that's the sixth person now that we've offended.
He gonna sick Dolly on you.
Okay, all right. Is she in the Cowboys uniform or what?
No. Anyway, I got Dallas winning 37-23.
Okay.
37-23, because for the Cowboys, it's either feast or famine with their offense.
Yeah, they play well at home too. They're really good at home.
They play well at home. They're unbeatable at home.
Yeah.
This is actually no excuse this year for Dallas to get to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they will have at least 2 home games to go around.
Yes.
So I got Dallas winning 37-23. No excuses. And then that's Sunday night, tomorrow night. Up the road in Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. You got the LA Rams going up against the Detroit Lions. Ed, Sunday at 8:10 p.m. Ed, who you have?
Well, what a great drama with Matthew Stafford, longtime Lions quarterback,
coming home. But
I got some stats.
Okay,
this is amazing stats, and I actually like this tweet. So shout out to Alan Sales. Okay, he had this tweet out the other day, and since the 2021 trade between the Rams and the Lions, Goff and Matthew Stafford both have 24 wins. They're both have 66% completion percentage. Stafford has 75 touchdowns. Goff has 78, so only 3 difference there. Turnovers, both have 41. And passer rating, Stafford's 95.8. Goff is 96.5, so under 1% there. So basically 1% difference in the passer rating, same number of turnovers, 3 more touchdowns for Goff, same completion percentage, and the same amount of wins. They've been the same quarterback since that trade. So Jared Goff, I've been saying this, I think that he would always do well in a dome situation because I don't think he has the strongest arm, but he makes the right plays. He's the perfect quarterback to be in a dome. He's played well. I think he's the difference in this game for the Detroit Lions. And that offense, I think that the Rams have played exceptionally well, is what we've seen when the Browns went out there. And they're one of those teams where there's nothing sexy about them. They just win games. I think that goes down to great coaching. But I don't think they're a dynamic team. I think that, they could. The Rams win this game, it would not shock me. But I think they're a lot like the Lions. But I think the Lions are younger. I think they're a little bit more talented. And as long as they don't make mistakes and keep the Rams in this game, give me the Lions 31, the Rams 26.
I'm going to go off one of your quotes that you was telling Kevin today. Dan Campbell, use your kicking game.
Yes.
It comes down to it. Don't do nothing super ultra emotional that will cost you the game. Honestly, I agree with you, though. Detroit is a younger, more talented version of the Rams, for real. because Goff and Stafford is really the same quarterback.
Yeah, they really are.
And honestly, as much as I want to go with Detroit, because that would be one of my dream Super Bowl matchups, the Browns versus the Lions. It'll probably piss the rest of America off and the Illuminati and stuff off. But I'm going with the Rams. I got the Rams pulling this out 30-28. Think it's going to be a score fest. And I think Detroit going to do something. They going to do something to muck it up. And you got to also look, Detroit doesn't have Laporta either.
That's a big loss. That's
Very big loss.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling Matt Stafford going to come home and gloat. And the Rams win 30-28.
Well, I think of Detroit Lions. I think of Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop with that Detroit Lions coat on there. So check it.
That's going to have to stop the riot.
Yeah.
But could Detroit win? Yes, they could.
I think it's even. I think whoever makes the more mistakes will lose. I will say one thing: the Rams scare me with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp.
And I don't think Detroit got no answer for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because they secondary is total.
Well, Aiden Hutchinson will have to get to the quarterback.
And Aiden only can do so much. He only can do so much. So I got the Rams winning 30-28, which leads us to Monday. The game was originally scheduled for Sunday at 1:00, but due to inclement weather and despite the rumors of the game that was supposed to move here, but I never heard anything, but I heard rumors that it was supposed to move here.
Right, I saw it on X.
Yeah. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday afternoon going down to Rich Stadium in Buffalo and taking on the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Wildcard round on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Ed, who do you have?
Now, as much as it pains me to say this, I mean, it doesn't pain me to say because it's just a fact. If the Steelers win this game, it actually probably is better for the Browns. It might be better for the Browns. Going to Buffalo is never easy to win. I think the Steelers are one of those teams where they could, because they play great defense. Now, TJ Watt's not in, obviously, I hear. Mason Rudolph, maybe his run comes to an end. And Buffalo, I don't think Buffalo's done yet. Give me the Bills 27, the Steelers 21.
All y'all Steeler fans gonna rejoice me today because as much as I hate to say it, this is one of them games Mike Tomlin usually pulls out his ass. And since Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game in 6 years, and since the official turnover machine is Josh Allen, and some ain't completely right with the Buffalo team still, no matter that they did play like gangbusters the last 5-6 weeks of the season, I got the Steelers going into Buffalo and upsetting the Bills 17-13. Because I don't know if Buffalo can handle Pittsburgh's running style. Because you got
with Warren,
Najee Harris and Warren, and you got to be honest. The last 4 weeks, Najee Harris been lights out as a running back.
I was gonna say that. I thought Warren had overtaken, but Najee
Harris said, "Not so fast, buddy. Not so fast." And these are the kind of games that Mike Tomlin gets all the time. And I'm gonna be honest, it's just gonna expedite the process for McDermott and company.
Bill Belichick in Buffalo. What do you think about that?
Possibly, because remember what I said. If Buffalo has an early exit or don't make the playoffs, they blowing that up. And I think Pittsburgh going to start off the detonation. I got the Steelers winning tonight. With the Steelers winning Monday afternoon, 17-13. And you got Buffalo 27-21, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that leads us down south where the floundering Philadelphia Eagles, they were flying at one point, and now they done flew south for the winter, and they're all the way down in Tampa to take on the AFC South champion, Tampa Bay fighting Baker Mayfield Casey's Buccaneers on Monday night at 8:15 on Martin Luther King Day. Matter of fact, also Pittsburgh game, it's on Martin Luther King Day as well. Ed, who do you have?
I'm more excited to watch Ohio State at Michigan in hoops. I think around 11:30 on MLK Day. But since
Don't the Cavs play on MLK Day too?
I don't know.
I'm thinking, I ain't sure, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, whatever you find on MLK Day, it's got to be better than this game. Look, so we talked about we were talking about quarterbacks and getting paid and everything. And what about Baker? Because let's be real, Tampa Bay had a great regular season, but let's be real, he's floundered the last couple of weeks. And say he goes out there and just does another 12 for 20, 184 yards.
They're going home.
They're going home. But do you? I mean, maybe would you re-sign Baker then? What would I mean? I think this game means a lot for Baker's bag, if you know what I mean.
You're right.
So, and I don't think the Eagles are as bad. Like, give me the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts figures it out. I don't think Tampa Bay's been playing well the last couple of weeks. They don't score any points. They won 9-0 at Carolina. I mean,
and it seemed like when they really need to have the performances from Baker,
they don't get the ones that come out of nowhere, like the one in Minnesota, the one like they come out of nowhere. It seems, and
it comes when you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
but when you're paying attention and you like, okay, we're gonna do this now, see what he got. Nothing comes out.
Give me the Eagles 23-9 over Tampa Bay.
All right, and this is the Eagles because they probably will not have AJ Brown Monday. In this game, it's hard for me to see Tampa Bay possibly winning this game.
I agree.
I don't know. Give me the Eagles. Even though Jalen Hurts hasn't exactly played like a world beater either. Give me the Eagles 30-17.
See, I'm with you. I don't think it's going to be that close. I really don't.
I don't. I just don't see it. And plus, if Philly loses this game, Nick Sirianni is gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. He's gone.
Belichick to the Eagles.
I got Philly winning 30-17.
I could see that.
Which leads us to the game in about 29 minutes. We all will be watching.
We will all be witnesses, like LeBron.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. The Browns are a 2.5-point favorite, and I also got some key points to say because I do got the inactive list too today. And
get that out first before we make up. Yeah, say everything.
Okay, kicker Dustin Hopkins is inactive. Quarterback Jeff Driscoll is inactive. And he's the third emergency quarterback. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman is inactive. Running back Pierre Strong, that's huge because he's a real big contributor on special teams, is inactive.
Wow.
Kahif Halassi is inactive. Luke Weipler, center, is inactive. He's been inactive all year. He got to play last week. Yeah.
Bright future, hopefully.
Yeah. Defensive end Isaiah McGuire is inactive, but he's been inactive all year as well. And flip card changes. They elevated Riley Patterson from the practice squad, and running back John Kelly got elevated from the practice squad.
I like him. He does good in the preseasons a lot. I like him.
Hopefully, he can make things happen today on special teams. Today.
Yeah, I think we're okay there.
Yeah. So who you got?
Well, I think that I've been saying this score a lot recently, and I don't know why I've been saying it, but it just feels right.
You also
I
got
think the
your
Browns-
wish today. PJ Walker is the backup quarterback.
See, I feel good about that. I think Denzel's playing though.
Yes,
too.
he is.
Denzel
He is playing.
So that's good. So I've been fixated on the score 26-21 Browns. I think they'll win it, and it'll be more convincing than that score leads. I know it's under a one possession and they get the ball last, but I feel like we're going to be dominating this game or the flow of it. But maybe we just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to elevate. And I think that CJ Stroud factor will keep them obviously more in the game than last time. But I think the Browns win at 26-21, and that's all that matters. We survive in advance, I think.
Okay, that's what's up. Me, myself, I'm sticking to my hill. What I said, if the Browns play a clean football game and don't turn the ball over or whatnot, establish both lines of scrimmage, there's no way in hell they should lose this game. I got the Cleveland Browns winning 28-24. Just what I said on the We Like Sports show. 28-24 Browns. They will advance the next week. But we got to go one game at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Go 1-0.
Yes,
go
sir.
1-0.
Go 1-0. Like Kevin says, 1-0. 28-24. Browns victorious. And hey, then we'll be on later on, happy, smiley faces with drink faces.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be on 5 to 10 minutes after
5 to
the
10 minutes
conclusion of
after the conclusion of the game here on Locked On Sports. We will be back on. Me and Ed from Columbus. Well, that means we're about to get up out of here because it's almost game time. Everybody enjoy the game. Be safe out there because out there outside, it's getting icy out there. And it's cold as a motherfucker.
It is getting icy. I just have 2 words for all of Browns Nation. And those 2 words are Go Browns!
Locked On Sports 216, Cleveland Browns pregame. We're out of here. Peace.
Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.